Yes, and welcome to another episode of Watch Out. I'm actually back here with Jared. It is that time again.
Hey guys.
What I've promised you is now come to fruition. Tonight we have a special treat for you. It's finally here.
What is here?
Well, you tell me, Jared. It's one of the most sought-after watches on the watch market these days, and it wasn't easy to get.
No, absolutely. This is going to be the Zenith Defy Lab. Really one of the most amazing watches. I'm not going to give any details away right now because obviously we're doing the unboxing of it. But if you guys don't know, you guys came to the right place to learn about it for sure.
It is pretty spectacular. I do have to say. Now let's take a look at the Defy Lab. The first thing you're going to notice if you're lucky enough to get a Defy Lab, first of all, these aren't easy to get. Mm-hmm. Okay, and the reason I say that is because I had my own experience with it. I ordered this particular model from jomashop.com. You can get it through WatchMax. You can get it through anybody. Mm-hmm. But I went in my previous episodes. I told you how this all works, okay? And basically it goes from the dealer to the watch jewelry shops, their authorized dealers that they sell them to, and then the leftover inventory will go to
the ones that don't sell.
That don't sell for the price that they want them to sell. They will
even
sell
at
that,
the discounted rate.
Correct. They will sell that to Jomashop and WatchMax. That's when they get him. But the problem is when they get them, that could be 6 to 8 months later.
Oh, they keep, because the dealership's job in order to maintain authorized dealer status is to sell an X number of watches at X number of range of prices.
Correct.
And if they don't do that and then they have to get rid of it, it goes against them because then they have to then sell it at a heavier discounted rate to the gray market dealers.
Correct. So you have a series of chains of how it passes along. Mm-hmm. And what ended up happening is I couldn't wait any longer. I had promised you guys this for now almost 3 months that I was getting this watch. And I was running out of things to say. Yes, I was running out of things to say in order to get this.
It was funny. He texted me last week and goes, "Okay, listen, we're doing the unboxing. We're doing it with this thing." And I said, "Okay, now I promise I couldn't do whatever it said. If you want to do the episode without me, that's fine." He goes, "No, I need your expertise. Like, I'm doing this with you." And I said, "Okay, no
absolutely."
Problem.
We've been together through a long time period of episodes, from It's About Time all the way now.
And we just did a episode on my channel. If you guys want, just search Jared Sharp on YouTube or whatever it is. Be able to find my Monta Ocean King review, my Hamilton, the Oris Clean Ocean, which we just did, versus the Rolex Submariner, a whole bunch of other videos just to drop something in your way.
Absolutely. So what you first noticed, and I finally got this in because I had to go around Jomashop. I couldn't. It's pretty heavy.
I can't lift it.
So what ends up happening is I couldn't wait any longer for you guys. I promised you guys this episode, and I had to get it to you. So what I ended up doing was going on eBay. We'll give you some tips here, okay? eBay's not going to be too happy with me. What you do is you go on eBay, you look for authorized dealers like Govberg Jewelers, who had this watch, and it was a floor model, basically. Mm-hmm. So floor models are pretty much never worn, they're just shown.
So just display, they usually have the stickers maybe off them or something like that.
And if you want this particular model we're going to show you tonight, it's going to run you anywhere between $5,250, which is on Jomashop right now, all the way up to $6,200.
And is that new or pre-owned?
That's brand new.
Okay.
This one was listed as pre-owned because it's listed as a floor model. So I worked them all the way down to $4,900. But you have to get rid of Uncle Sam, because now what eBay likes to do is they like to charge you tax, because that's the next thing coming down from the federal government. They can't get around it anymore. So eBay is going to be charging you tax, which on a $5,000 watch is $383.63. So knowing that, I said,
it's better to not pay it.
I have to get around it. How do I get around it? Well, when you talk to Govberg or any other type of watch dealers, they say, okay, we can get around it if you purchase it, buy it on eBay, but they will send you an invoice through PayPal, and that is how you get around.
Correct.
And I'm probably going to be ordering it tomorrow.
And you know, it's funny, I don't really care because eBay just went against me with a decision with that Hamilton, and yeah, I'm saying this on both channels too, and I don't really care. So eBay, You deserve it a little bit.
That is how
I'm
you
sorry.
get around tax. So I ended up saving $300 and getting this sucker here for you now. So I've fulfilled both of my requirements.
By the way, how many people sit in this arena? About 15,000?
This is the largest box, number one. Let's take a look at this.
But besides an Omega,
Oh, God.
like Speedmaster or something like
It's
that?
the largest box I've ever seen, okay, in terms for a watch. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Do you want me to measure this, by the way? Since
We should.
I want to get my ruler.
He's going to get this, and you'll notice it's pretty heavy when you get it.
Yeah, just leave it right there. I'm just going to
Okay.
measure this with across.
This is
We're
truly
at,
an unboxing episode.
You're literally 9 3/4, almost 10 inches.
By what?
Just lift it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you can leave that there. It's by 8 inches. That's
Like 3 deep.
That's crazy.
So, I mean, you're looking at a huge box. I don't even know what I'm going to do with this box when I get it home. In terms of it's too big for any of my drawers. So
Closet.
Yeah, down in the basement it goes. No, but it's a beautiful box.
Oh, by the way, can I just tell the people very quickly? I'm wearing the Oris Aquas Clean Ocean on my wrist, and you guys will see what Drew is going to be wearing on his wrist in a minute.
Yes, and the
Plug shame. Sorry.
Well, and the only thing that's not made in Switzerland about Zenith is the box. Made in China.
Oh, I was
No, not China. They wouldn't go to China. Trade war. So, you're back in Thailand. So, yeah. Okay. So let's start opening this sucker without any further ado.
Wow.
So after you get past this monstrosity of a box, there we go. What we have now is another box, which is just as big. So again, this is a push button in here. Yes, and Zenith, it reminds you, since 1865. This is my first Zenith I've ever had.
That's got to be one of the longest, one of the oldest brands.
That'd be in the top 10. There's
Top 5.
I don't know about that. I mean, there's several that go in the 1700s, depending on who you ask. But
Not current.
Not current, but yeah, they've been around for quite some time. And as Jared knows their history, Jared, what are they most known for?
They're known for their El Primero movement, hands down. JLC, of course, known as the watchmaker's watchmaker. They've supplied every watch manufacturer out there just about with movements since the beginning of their inception. But Zenith is really known. Also, they're known for, obviously a few other things. They're known for their unique materials that they do use. A lot of lightweight. They do use a lot of titanium and a lot of carbon, something similar to what like Richard Mille does, except you don't have to pay $300,000 for that with the Zenith. Zenith is also known for their really cool bold designs. They're like a much better version of a Tag Heuer.
Yeah,
much
better version. And Zenith is known for going to the upper ends of the atmosphere.
Absolutely. And
dropping themselves down with skydivers and testing their watches. So they really take it like JLC
Screw
to the
G-Shock,
extreme.
right?
Yeah,
Screw G-Shock.
G-Shock, give me a break. I mean, they take things to the extreme, and that's what they base their brand on. So if we push button open this box.
That's a fancy.
We do have a fancy box
like leather
right here.
That's like I'm gonna sleep on that tonight.
Yeah.
He's gonna leave the box with me. He's gonna take the watch. So I'm just gonna sleep on the pad.
And basically, you have whatever you have from Govberg Jewelers as well, in terms of what the watch is right here. Okay.
Cool.
So yeah, they do give you a nice
Do
little
they
booklet.
does Govberg provide you, because like I know like Joma Shop takes it out, but do they provide you with like a warranty card or anything? Or
Yeah, they give you the official manufacturer's warranty, which is a 2-year warranty with the watch. So they do provide you the official warranty, so you can send it either to them or you can send it back to Zenith.
And Govberg, I know, compared to like Joma Shop, like Ashford's, a few of those other sites out there, they actually do have like certified expert watchmakers. So I actually, if there's a site that I trust to really purchase watches through, although sometimes they charge a little bit more of a premium than Joma Shop, it's Watchbox because of the resources that they do have available.
And they're in Pennsylvania.
Philadelphia.
So being in Philadelphia, if you're from the East Coast, you feel better than sending it all the way back out to California. What could happen? Yep. So I'm a little East Coast biased here.
You could even bring it down to them if you wanted.
Sure, absolutely. So and they give you a nice little thing with your name on it as well.
Foam.
And you can smell it. You can smell the leather.
Oh my God. Yeah. That smells like a brand new car.
That smells like a car.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm getting into that too.
And here she is.
Wow.
Okay, so when you do look at this piece, you're going to notice right away, let me give you a nice...
Here, I'm gonna hold this up for the camera for, obviously, your channel first. Actually can't... that's actually... Oh, that's beautiful. That's perfect right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this up for my channel, of course. And my camera is not quite as good as Drew. Ah, there you go. All right, perfect. You guys really get a great idea of. And again, I want to give you guys my just first impressions.
Yes, he's never seen this or held it before,
Disgusting the fact that this watch is at least half the weight, if not a quarter the weight, of the Oris Aquas Clean. I mean, this thing...
And the reason is because it's made of entirely titanium.
That's ridiculous. I mean, honestly, that's stupidly ridiculous, I have to tell you. And the fact that this is a skeleton watch with the date at the bottom is just like... Damn.
And for people who don't know, skeleton watches...
That's stupidly lightweight.
For people who don't really know about skeleton watches, they usually can't have a date on them. Because when you open up a skeleton movement, it's so complex.
I want to see the back of it.
Oh yeah, that's a totally different type of movement. We'll get into that in a minute. Okay, on how you can't regulate that.
Yeah, I was gonna say this one you can't. No. I can see that.
No. Yeah. So, but what you basically have here, and it's because the beauty of the watch, and I have this with my Rotocentric. It's a beautiful watch, but it doesn't have the date. All these watches keep missing the date, and this was finally the first one that I looked at that, and when I saw it, I said, "Oh my God, they finally did it." They put a date with it. Now, there's one other key thing with this date that makes it even cooler that Jared doesn't even know about, that I discovered the other day. Okay, and it has the same thing. You pull it out once. It's not a screw down crown. So you just pull it out once, like you normally.
Can you still go swimming with this watch?
Yes, 10 ATM. So you're not going to have any problems with swimming. That's what it's meant for. However, when I pull it out once, as you can see, I'm flipping the date over, right? 22, 23, 24. But guess what, Jared? I can go backwards.
Wow. That's
something I've never seen. Okay, so I'm going to show everybody exactly what I'm talking about over here.
That is quite that's quite interesting, actually.
I pull it out.
I don't know if they're going to be able to see that. But...
If you can see it, God bless you.
Okay. So what Drew means is that normally with a watch, let's say you pull out the crown to the first position, which sets the date usually. You can only rotate the watch usually one way to set the date. If you rotate the watch the other way, it could ruin the mechanism a little bit. But if you rotate the crown both ways in this, the date will advance both forward and backwards as well, which is really, that's like a complication in my opinion that they do with the movement.
Something you never see, okay? Because like Jared said, you can ruin the movement, but
I mean, you do never want to really set the date really between, let's say, 6 to 8 p.m. at night and 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
Here you don't have that. You don't have those limitations.
You don't have the limitations at all?
Not the same ones you would on different type of automatic watches. Zenith does it different, okay, which is really
you know what? I'm putting this
and he's
got to
try this
I'm putting this on my
it
wrist.
Really is a
Here, sorry, I'll put my Oris Aquas Clean Ocean, the kind of boring now watch, on the box.
Take a look at this one. Okay.
Interesting.
So it is wild. When I saw it went back and forth, because usually they don't even have the ability to do that. Not only do they have the date.
The size of the little watch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Especially because it's summer. But it is a beauty. And boy, oh boy, does it...
And what's it running right now per day?
Right now it runs about 5 seconds, 4 to 5 seconds slow a day.
That's not horrendous.
No, it's about, within the COSC sort of...
This thing is like stupidly comfortable. I mean, really, like lightweight. Oh my God.
It's a looker. It is quite a piece.
The other cool thing that I like about it, I know you guys can't really see, and even if I put it up to the camera, you guys wouldn't be able to tell, but you can see some of like the inner workings go, like some of the gears and stuff like that, and I don't know, this is almost like a Batman, Spider-Man kind of watch or something like that, which is just freaking unbelievably cool. And honestly, it's very smooth, swinging second hand.
It's very quiet. Okay, you don't really hear it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very quiet, very light, and it's great for people. And I have my best friend Chris. He has
screw links on this one too.
Yep, it does have screw down links. But the biggest thing for people with allergies and rashes on their wrists, we had it. It's about time one of the episodes we focused on was an episode with
watch
allergies
bands
and watch bands
and case backs
with steel. a lot of people are actually allergic to steel, and they will actually have severe. It's almost like rosacea on the wrist. And for people who want to get around it, well, you can go with rubber, you can go with plastic, you can go with
strap to have it go in the back.
Or you can still have a different type of metal, which is titanium. But titanium.
Let me see if I can show the people at home
rare.
this like case back a little bit and stuff too, because this is just.
That's the case back, and if you notice,
there's a star in the back that rotates completely like around and stuff like that. Which
Zenith, and you notice Zenith's motto is the star. Okay, so their symbol is the star. Now. With their symbol being the star, they tried to put the star in literally everything. If you notice what the skeleton forms, it forms a star. Both in the case back and in the case. Now show them that, flip it over and show them the face, and you can see what the skeleton forms. A star. Okay, so there it is once again. It is a star. And it's the 5 points of the star. And that's their design here. And that's what they just came out with recently this year. The Defy Lab Skeleton is pretty.
My camera's not nearly as good as yours.
But so
wow, that's ridiculous.
And not only did they stop here, their newest ones. This is actually in the beginning of the year. The newest ones that just came out this month or last month. They actually have the entire watch in blue metal, in blue titanium. So the entire watch is now blue, and it costs about another $3,000 more. It's probably $8,000-$9,000 to get a blue plated watch. The only bad thing about having any other color outside of titanium or steel, you can't polish it. It's gonna wear off. So just keep that in mind before you buy anything. As Jared said, they do have screw down links. However, there's a caveat here. This is not a simple screw down. You need 2 people. Okay, I did this when I went to the jeweler and I found this out.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Oh yeah, let's take a look at these links. Show that to the camera.
So
okay,
there's a center link with a screw, and you have to get the screw out in order to get the center link, and you have to put it on a. I guess they had to put it on top of the screwdriver and then unscrew it.
I had to do. I went to the jeweler. I held one end, he held the other, and you had to hope the screw wasn't stripped. You know, around too tight.
Okay. Oh, could you imagine that? That would be.
It can happen because from it's handmade from the factory. It can happen. They put them in so tight. If you try to do it with the wrong type of screwdriver, you can break the screw. Okay, so it's a good thing I had to make it smaller, so I had some more options. But be careful. Bring it to a jeweler if you get this watch to have your links removed.
How many did you remove from that one?
These, there's 3.
I think you have to maybe take one more out.
I tried that, but in the summer it gets very tough because your wrist expands. Wow. And if I want to wear this, especially on humid days, especially in July and August, I'm going to have a problem because it's a little too tight.
Do you think you're going to take one out for the winter?
I may not. I got to see how it fits. Your wrist will also going to expand inside in the winter. So, because it's hotter in the winter. So, right now I have it at my perfect setting. Yeah. But if I do need to adjust it, I'm not looking forward to it.
All right. I have to ask you 2 questions just right off the bat here. Based off of your initial impressions and everything else like that, what do you like? Favorite thing? What do you not like? Your least favorite thing?
The screws are definitely my least favorite thing because if I do, I have to actually have 2 people do it, and it can be done, but it's a pain. That is probably my least favorite thing. My favorite thing about outside of the look itself of the watch, I do love the blue ring around it. I love the steel look with the blue ring around. I think it adds such a dimension to the watch that only my Bulgari has. I have the Bulgari GMT, and that one does it as well, and it's one of the reasons why I liked it so much. It pops for sure. Yeah. If you look at that, definitely. That blue layer really does pop the watch, and with the date and the skeleton.
But I gotta tell you, it's such a great, bold design. It doesn't hold back from anything.
No, it's easy to read. A lot of skeletons aren't easy to read. That's actually pretty easy to read.
Very easy.
They've made it actually very easy to read, and the biggest thing that I was actually very impressed with was the loom.
Speaking of,
let's take a look at. Let me hold it up to.
Should we pause the videos?
No, actually, we can turn the light off here now that it's dark, and we can actually get the loom on.
So I'm going to let Drew do that. I'm going to talk for, I guess, just a minute or whatever it is. Yep. Just hold it like literally right under that light. Then we're going to turn off the light in a minute. But anyways, yeah, so this watch is very impressive. I've been around a lot of watches, so has Drew. This box is like a presentation all in on its own. I'm telling you, it smells like brand new car, which is really kind of like cool. And then the watch itself, like I said, Zenith is known for their El Primero movement. They're known for very accurate movements. Let me just give you guys just a little idea on accuracy, just to give you guys like a good idea of stuff. Most, modern watches, they say if they perform to within like 10 to 15, even 20 seconds a day, plus or minus, that's actually considered very good. One of the things that we like to do, Drew and I, is regulate our own watches. So, my Oris, as you guys saw in my previous video on my channel, I'm going to tell you guys now on Drew's channel, my Oris is now regulated to within about 5 seconds a day, which is unbelievable. To me, I always need to have a watch running a little on the faster side, but the fact that, this watch runs about 5 seconds or so slow a day for not being COSC certified, which is technically -4 to +6, is actually beyond impressive and well within standards. So let's go dark here. Yep.
Yeah,
So
here you go.
we're going to go dark, and hopefully I'll get this in a little bit here. I'll obviously get this in on Drew's channel first, and take a look at that lume. That is, it's a little stupidly ridiculous. I feel like I probably have this backwards or something. But whatever, it doesn't really matter because you guys are just getting the idea. I'll show you guys on my channel, of course. That's just kind of stupid. And it's like, again, guys, let's not forget, this is a skeleton piece, okay? I mean, this is not like your everyday average run-of-the-mill watch. That's you can turn the light back on. That's crazily unbelievable.
You can still see it in the light. I mean,
And does it last for like hours and stuff like that?
Yeah, it will last quite a while.
Wow.
So I mean,
Crazy.
The super lume on this watch wasn't something I was expecting. Like Jared said, I'm talking about a skeleton. I'm not talking about a diver. I'm not talking about a Rolex Submariner or his Oris or anything else like that.
The best part about this is you could easily, if you wanted to, which I wouldn't, like we mentioned in my video previously, you could swap out this band, but I definitely wouldn't even touch that to save my life. Wow.
No.
That's sick.
And that's what makes it beautiful about this piece. So,
yeah, very easily, and the rotor is just cool as hell with the stars.
It really is.
Traditional rotor.
It really is. It's not your traditional rotor, and everything goes back to the star with Zenith. Again, this is my first one. Never even had Zenith. Wasn't even on my radar. I just happened to see it as I was looking.
What made you?
I just look on new arrivals that have come out this year, and this is the talk of the town in Basel world and in the Swiss watch world. As you know, one of the two hottest brands right now are Zenith. I know Tudor's been hot. I know the Pepsi dial for Rolex has been hot. But this is the newest design, and you see them popping up everywhere. This is on magazines. This is everywhere. Yeah, so Zenith is really, really more of a forgotten brand. You really don't see them too often.
Well, what happened with Zenith was that they had the whole, I think, controversies back in like the 80s or something like that with the branding, with their electronics versus
the ultrasonic, yeah. And it just kind of disappeared.
They went away for a while, correct?
They never went out of business, but
I think they sold a lot overseas or something like that.
Yeah, and they're coming back.
There's a little bit of a patent trade,
Yeah, and they're coming back hard with this one, which is they're raising the industry bar on this one.
Like literally, you have. Like I mentioned before, Tag Heuer, which it's making a little bit of a comeback, but still there's a lot of questions and doubts surrounding them. And then you have Zenith, which is the a much higher.
The name itself says it all. Zenith, the meaning of Zenith means top of the world. So when you're dealing with the top, you're dealing with the best. Boom. I mean, that's all I have to say about that. It's like a mic drop. That's pretty much what this watch is.
It's just
or it's supposed to throw.
Sorry.
But that's what it is. When you talk about how light it is, how functional it is, just the dates going back and forth, how you can unidirectional date. I've never seen it. Okay, and I was shocked that I could do it.
Seen that yet.
Which is pretty wild.
Without ruining the watch.
Without ruining it. So I mean, it's just a fantastic watch to have. I'm glad to have finally had it if you can get it.
Do you think that this is like an everyday watch, more of a dress occasion, more of a sporty occasion? Like, what do you think?
This goes all levels. This goes every day. This can go for dress. This can go.
Have you taken the shower yet?
Yes.
And
no problems.
Perfect.
It's 10 ATM. It can go. That's the beauty of it. All right, especially, and that's the beauty of only having the blue outer bezel, because it doesn't. If you have a full blue bezel, you can't wear it if you're wearing red.
And I gotta ask him a really tough question.
To a formal event.
Does it bother you that it runs slower than faster?
No, as long as it's within that spec in the 5-second range, because what's going to happen over time is it's going to change. If you get in a different weather, it may just be this weather. The more I wear it, the more it may change over time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if it was running 20 seconds off, I'd be concerned.
Yeah.
5, no, and it's, I mean, it looks like it's starting to speed up a little bit the more you wear it.
So where does this currently rank? You said you have, what, about 30 now matches?
About 30.
Where does this rank number-wise?
Oh, I think it debuts probably at number 5. It's pretty for a good debut. Yeah, I think. I mean, because for a brand I've never had, that's extremely high. Yeah, and one of the highest for a brand I don't even know much about. I know a decent amount, but I've never had one to really tell you about it. Yeah. For it to debut that high, and then we'll see if it goes up or down as time passes. But yeah, I mean, thanks guys for joining us. As usual, if you have any questions about this watch, I'll be happy to answer it for you.
His channel, my channel, whatever. Seriously, this is the first time we've ever done a dual
episode on this,
which is actually kind of cool.
We may have more of these in the future. We're always intertwined at some point. It's pretty funny.
It's the guy that got me into it.
Yeah, of course, and he has taken it to a level all to himself.
That's true.
But you know, we've done this for a long time now. So if there's any questions you have, any episode ideas you may have for both of us and any one of our channels, I'm sure in the future.
And he's got quite the collection. Believe me when I tell you.
That's right. I'm sure in the future for you.
Oh, actually, wait a minute. Let's end on kind of a funny, crazy note.
Because I was going to get to this.
Oh yes, thank God. Okay, because so I had recent trouble with and this is why I said fuck you eBay or whatever it is. I don't really care, but so just to give you guys just a little brief before he goes into his thing, I had a buyer that bought my Hamilton watch, whatever it is. Said it was too scratched, which Drew, was it really that scratched?
No,
for pre-owned, sent it back, brought up the case to the eBay. eBay favors the buyer all the time, or whatever it is, which is stupidly ridiculous. So I have it back up for sale on eBay. Go check it out if you want. So now Drew will tell his little... We have to end on this note.
Yeah, and
this is even dumber than...
I was selling a Cartier recently on eBay, and... The guy was telling me how much he wanted and what are the other bids, and I finally give him the keys to the kingdom, and he finally gets the high bid, and then all of a sudden...
And he was asking, what's the high bid? What should I bid?
I told him exactly what he had to, based on what I knew. He won it, and then all of a sudden he says, oh, I'm sorry, I can't afford it, I can't pay for it.
eBay, you got to do something about this.
Come on. I mean, now if you're gonna hurt us sellers with always taking the buyer's side on this stuff, do you think you can give us a $50 rebate just for the trouble of having to relist it and go through all this crap again?
Yeah, because it takes time. You know, you have to recreate a listing, maybe retake some pictures, change the description around, whatever it is. It gets a little annoying. Isn't that nuts?
I agree.
Listen, thank God for GovBurg.
Yes, thank God for, and other sites that are able to get around it right now. But we hope things change in the future. So yeah, if there's any questions, any problems, we may do in the future. We never know.
I thought this was a cool idea.
It's About Time reunion episode. You
know what? Oh my God, he said it, and I'm down.
So you never know.
That would have to be sick.
That would have to be sick. That would have to be something really cool.
Maybe we would combine funds to get a sick watch.
Yeah. Yeah,
maybe,
you never know. These are just speculations. But right now it's hush hush. Outside of that, keep subscribing. Like our videos as usual.
And if you haven't seen our older channel, it's About Time. Search It's About Time, Drew Pizzulo or Jared Sharp. Either way, it doesn't matter.
You'll find them 100 episodes on that as well.
Absolutely, and maybe 101.
You never know. We'll have a reunion at some point. So, guys, thanks again for joining us. And guys, I'll see you next month on my next episode of Watch Out.